guys, Shane here, putting together this video for those of you who have requested it off of Megan's post within the group. So the original question here that was asked was, what upsell creates the most revenue for your shop at point of sale, right? Not in volume or in frequency, but just what upsell could you provide your customers that generates the most revenue at the point of sale? And my answer to that was memberships without question, because that is what has worked with us in our businesses. And I want to share that with you. And this is going to be a very brief overview. So if you really want to dig into this, a little bit further, then by all means, we can have that conversation. But I just want to provide this to everybody that requested it so that you can take a look at it, see if it's for you or if it's not for you. Okay. So coffee memberships, a shot of revenue for you and perks for your peeps, your customers. Okay. Real quick, before we dive into the meat and potatoes, if you will, of everything, just some information resources. We do provide a lot of training and information and best practices and tips in our newsletter, the weekly grind. So you can click on that link and go to that and subscribe to that newsletter if you choose to do so. Ton of value that's in those newsletters that you can just use weekly, or if you check it out, every 2 weeks or whatever. But it's there. And then also we're building out some videos and stuff in the Coffee Biz Basics YouTube channel. So that's going to be another valuable resource that you can just access freely and just, get information and all the downtime that everybody has, right? We're all very busy, but nevertheless, two resources that you can use. Okay. So let's get to it. So how does this whole thing work? And honestly, on the surface, it's three simple steps. And I don't want to make that sound like this is super easy, but it's very simple in the way that we put this together. So first step is we have to create an offer, right? And that offer has to have some things to it. It must create at least two things, and that's value for your customer, and it must create some kind of impact in their day-to-day, okay? And it must provide two things. It has to provide tangible benefits, and it has to provide intangible benefits. So a tangible benefit is going to be something that they can take away, they can put their hands on, they're a part of something, they're a member of something. And the intangibles are the value that comes with it that are not quite, a physical object or something that they can put their hands on, right? And it has to be so good that anyone would be crazy to say no. Now, I say that with some hesitancy, as true as it is, because in our landscape, you could give the world away to somebody, and some people are just going to be like, I'm good. I'm good, right? And that's just part of the landscape, all right? But positioning this to show the value, the impact, the tangibles, and the intangibles in such a way that they would be crazy to say no is what's very important with these memberships. And we'll jump into that, in a little bit. So anyway, it's got to be so good that anyone would be crazy to say no. Now, second step is you have to create the options. You love options. I love options. Our customers love options. That's why they visit our store, because we provide so many different options, right? So you need to start off at least with 3 levels of membership. I don't really recommend going any less than that. And I also don't recommend going any higher than that. So some examples of that would be like a mug club. And then like your middle tier would be your breakfast club. And then like your highest tier, you can call that premium roast or whatever name you want to give to it, right? Just be creative with it and just kind of like create some intrigue with the name so people ask you what it's all about, okay? So we have to have at least 3 levels of membership. Now, let's talk about the first level, because you can honestly stop right here and create a ton of recurring revenue for your shop just with a mug club, right? And the features of this is it's your most basic membership. It has a very low barrier of ownership. So let's say you charge $97 a year. I mean, when you break that down by day and by month, I mean, it's almost non existent. People don't even think twice about it. And it also pays for itself quickly. I mean, the average customer is coming into the shop and they're spending $5 at least for a cup of coffee, right? Depending on what they get, obviously, right? But if they're doing that 5 days a week, I mean, that's $25 times four, it's $100. They're paying that in a month. Well, if they're going to pay that in a month anyway, why not do it and get 10% off of their purchases? Okay. And then this membership is going to be recurring yearly, right? So that's the intangible right there for you, right? That is going to be just a recurring yearly revenue stream for your shop. And it's quite easily the easiest way to do that because if you put those on auto renewals, you know that if you sell 10 of these in January, that those renewals are all going to come up in January and you're going to have X amount of dollars coming in January in memberships. And then you'll be able to forecast that for every month of the year. So the Mug Club is very simple, very basic, pays for itself, low barrier of ownership, provides a discount, and it's also recurring revenue that you can forecast each and every year. Okay. Now, very quickly, potential for this. So let's say you sold 20 of those monthly at 97. I mean, that's almost $2,000 each month that you're bringing in just on Mug Clubs, right? And then if you do that over a year, you're looking at an additional $23,000 that you could be bringing into your shop each year just on your Mug Club. Now, I mean, you can compound that year over year, and you can definitely see the benefit of having a Mug Club that provides something very basic, and that is a recurring membership. Okay. Now, the second level or your mid tier membership is your Breakfast Club. Okay. So, again, it's your mid tier membership. It's a one time fee for a lifetime of your shop, right? So, a lifetime benefit. So a one-time fee, let's say that that's $247. Well, that still pays for itself rather quickly, based on how much your customers that you would offer this to are coming into your shop and buying one or two coffees every time they come in, if they're in there every day. I mean, those things add up. So this membership could pay for itself in 45, 60 days easily. Okay. I mean, we already illustrated that if they're spending $100 a month, on the Mug Club membership, if they're spending $100 a month at $25 a week, I mean, you can see where this basically pays for itself in 2.5 months. And then on top of that, they get a higher discount. So we give them 15% off. So there's that intangible benefit that they're getting, that intangible value. And then we give them the tangibles here, right? We give them a membership box, right? And you can put this together however you wish, just get creative with it. One of the things we did is we got a cardboard box with our logo on top of it, and we stuffed it with, tissue or whatever the case may be. And then we included a hat and say a t-shirt and a mug or a tumbler. And they pay $247, one-time fee. They never have to pay for that again, right? And they get 15% off of their purchases. I mean, that's a huge benefit to a customer that is coming in regularly to get 15% off their discount. And then the other thing that you as a shop are benefiting from is they now have your shop hat, your shop t-shirt, a mug or tumbler. So now they're a walking advertising customer for you. You provide them with all this value and all this benefit, and then they in turn they provide you with that intermittently throughout their day, throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year. Okay. Now we go to the potential for a Breakfast Club. Now let's say you sell 15 of these monthly, and most people that are watching this are going to be like, "Wow, only if I could do that, $247." Trust me, I was in the same boat you are in. If you position this and you offer it and explain it and articulate the benefit and the value of it, people will buy these. I promise you. Okay. So 15 sold monthly, you're looking at almost $4,000 in revenue there. And if you sell that many over the course of a year, so you're looking at 180, that's an additional almost $45,000 in additional revenue for your shop on a mid-tier membership, right? Now, this membership, you can make this ongoing. And a lot of people have, come to me and they say, well, Shane, if I do this membership and I keep it ongoing, then I'm going to have all of my customers are going to be 15% off customers. Well, that can be true, but the reality of that is not every single one of your customers are going to be these 15% discount customers or these Breakfast Club customers. And ideally, I know, everybody knows that customers either A, are in every day, or they're in for a while and then they drop off, they try other places, and then they come back. So you're not going to be continually selling products and services to these customers at 15% every single day, thinking that you're going to lose money. I mean, it's just not going to pan out that way. And then you have your top tier or your high tier membership, premium, roast, whatever you want to call it. But then we make this one limited, right? You want to create scarcity around this. So it's kind of like a members only type club, right? And people always want what they think they can't have. So what we did with this one in particular is we created 100 of these. And then again, we made this a one-time fee like our mid-tier membership, but we increased the price. So it's $4.97. But the person that buys this membership, they get the discount, which is a higher discount, say 20%, right? But they get this discount for themselves plus one for their visits when they come into your shop. Now, here's where you have to limit this and you have to kind of police this a little bit. If they're coming through your drive-through and they've got a car full of people, then no, that 20% doesn't apply to everybody in that car. You can't do that. Nobody wants to do that. You can't do that. So one of the ways that you can police this is say, hey, if you're coming into the shop and it's you plus one, then yes, you can get your discount. A lot of times shops, when they create these memberships, they do it for, the person that wants to purchase the membership plus their significant other, right? And then they limit it to that. And that works very well, okay? So again, this is going to be something that pays for itself quickly in relation to the long-term discount that you're going to be getting for lifetime of your shop, okay? So again, high tier membership, scarcity, there's only 100 of these. Once they're gone, they're completely gone. We had 100 of these. We sold all 100 within just over 60 days. Okay. So at $4.97, you can see how much of a cash injection that can be into your shop for some of these, right? Pays for itself quickly in relation to the long-term benefit, provides a higher discount, that 20% mark. Membership box could include a hat, maybe 2 t-shirts, 2 mugs, tumblers, or whatever you want to put into these to create that value, those tangible values. Okay. And then the potential of this is, say you sell 10 of these monthly, and yes, that can be done. I don't want to sound like I am bragging or anything like that, but I sold 8 of these on a Saturday one time. And it's simply because I had people in front of me that definitely saw the value and the benefit. We had a great conversation about, what they could derive from it. And they were like, I'd be crazy to leave here and not do this, because every time I come in after this visit, I'm going to be getting this discount for myself and my significant other. It carries a lot of weight. Again, they'd be crazy to say no. So if you sell 10 of these a month, you're making an extra $5,000 a month. Again, if you can do that throughout the year, you're looking at almost additional 60 grand in potential revenue to your shop. Even if you're hitting half of that, you're still doing good. That's an additional 30 grand. Okay. Now, the third step is what we talked about earlier, is you have to position this as a benefit to your customers. They have to see the value in it. And sometimes this can be the hard part. And this takes some training, right? This takes some training, not only for you, but to make sure that your staff members understand how this can take place. You have to show value, right? For instance, in the Mug Club, most people spend $100 a month on their daily coffee. And for that amount, they could get 10% off of those coffees every time they come in. For the mid-tier membership, your Breakfast Club, they get tangible swag, stuff that they can wear, a tumbler or a mug they can use. a hat they could wear, whatever, and 50% off their coffee for life of your shop. I mean, sign me up for that. And then premium roast, again, tangible swag, 20% off of myself plus my significant other when I come to the shop. I'm in. Like, there's no way I would not want to go for that type of membership. And the absolute truth about this is yes, this can be done at your shop. And the only reasons that it won't is literally, excuse me, can't talk today, self limiting beliefs. And also, on top of that, a failure to inform and train staff members so that they can actually execute this on your behalf. Now, both of these are very small prices to overcome for the amount of increased revenue that this can provide for your shop. This could even help fund expansion if you ever consider that at some point. Or maybe you're in a mobile shop, a trailer or a truck or whatever the case may be, and you want to eventually open up your brick and mortar. Well, you could do a membership drive leading up to that brick and mortar grand opening that could help fund a lot of things that could get you into that brick and mortar location. You could even pre-sell memberships to kickstart your mobile coffee venture as well to help fund certain things that you need there, right? So these membership options can definitely provide a significant amount of value to your business. Plus, think about this. How many of you have loyal customers who frequent you daily who could benefit from these options? I mean, that's your circle of trust right there that you can start with. And then once you sell 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, then it starts to become, it's like anything else. It starts to become second nature, and then you know exactly how to articulate it to somebody to show the benefit, to position the benefit and the value that they receive. Okay. And then, of course, this happens. A lot of people will listen to this presentation and they'll say, wait, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to come off as sounding salesy. Well, it's funny you should say that. Salesy is not even a word, first of all. And it's just not what you're doing here. It's first, you don't have to be that way, and you shouldn't, because today's customer is very savvy. They're going to pick up on it, and they're just going to shut you down. They're not going to listen to anything else you have to say. But you have to look at it as you are providing a benefit, and you're serving your audience and your customers at a very high level, not making a sale, right? Second, you are running a business. At the end of the day, as passionate as we are about what it is that we do, you are running a business, and you're not going to receive what you don't ask for. Okay. Third, if you don't make money at the end of the day, if that's not happening, then you're just not going to be there to serve your customers. So serve them at a very high level, provide them with value and benefit and impact that serves them at a very high level. And they'll continue to come for years on end. Now, in closing, here's email if you have any questions about this. Phone number is here. That is my direct line. The best way to get in touch with me is to send me a text. Make sure you just let me know, your name, because I don't know, where it's going to be coming from. And I'd be happy to answer any questions. There's more to this, obviously. This is just a very brief overview. The short of this is, yes, it does work. Yes, it's a great upsell. Yes, it's a definite revenue boost for your shop and can be for years to come. But the training and the implementation and how you initiate these conversations with your customers is where the crux of this comes to be. And if any of you that are watching this want to learn how to have those conversations, or how to even train your staff to have those conversations where they don't come off as quote unquote salesy, but they're just a natural occurring conversations that end up showing value and end up showing benefit, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you understand how to go about doing that and help you guys continue to serve all of your customers and all your clients at a very high level. So in closing, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great rest of your Monday. And I look forward to talking to some of y'all very soon. This is Shane. I'm out.